Okay, to factor this greatest common factor expression, what you do is first you have to find the greatest common factor of both of these numbers, and what I can see is that the greatest common factor for these is 4a, because 4 goes into 4 and 4 goes into 8 two times, and then a goes into a one time and a goes into a two times. So the least one for the variables would, the one with the smallest exponent would be the greatest common factor, so it would be 4a. Now we gotta find how to get 4a into 4a squared, and so 4 goes into 4 one time, so we write down 1, and then a goes into a two times, so a times what to get a squared would be a, so then we drop down our minus sign, and then 4a times what gives us 2a, or 8a, and it would be 2a, because 4a times 2a would give us 8a, so it would be 2. Now that would be how you factor it. And to check if it's right, you do 4a times 1a, which would give us 4a squared. See, they're the same. And then 4a times negative 2a would give us negative 8a. So as you can see, they're the same. Now to do difference of squares, what you do is first put down the binomials thing. So what you do is for the first the first ones that go into these two would be the square root of x squared, and the square root of x squared would be x. So the square roots of x squared would be x. So you put them right there in the beginning of both of them, both of the binomials. And then to get like a negative, you would need a positive or negative. So we would put a positive, negative right there. Now then, for the numbers that go right here and right here, they would both be the square root of 9, which would be 3. So that would be how you factor it. To check it, you would do x times x, which would give us x squared, and then you would do x times negative 3, which would give us negative 3x, and then you would do 3 times x, which would give us positive 3x, and then 3 times negative 3, which would give us negative 9. And then, as you can see, negative 3x and 3x would cross out, and we'll come back, and you would get x squared, minus 9, and as you can see, it's the same way. So that would be the answer, yeah. And then for this one, for the trinomial, as you can see, there is no greatest common factor. So what you do is you try to, we're going to use the diamond method. So draw the x, and we have to label these so into A, B, and C. So A would be x squared, and then B would be 12x, and then 20, or C would be 20. Now, if you're for the diamond method, the C would always go right here, and then the B would go right here. So yeah, so 20 would go right here, and then 12 would go down here. For these two spaces, those numbers would have to be factors of 20, and those two factors would be able to add up to 12, and the numbers that I got would be 10 and 2, because 10 times 2 equals 20, and then 10 plus 2 equals 12. Now we do our binomials. Alright, whenever it's an easy case trinomial or expression, x always goes in the beginning of both of these. And now since these two are positive, both of them will have a plus sign or a positive sign in them, because both numbers are positive, these two, and the numbers that go right here are always these two numbers, which would be 10 and 2. So this would be the answer. So x plus 10, and then x plus, the factors would be x plus 10 and x plus 2 together. So now to check that, you would do the FOIL method, which you would do x times x would equal x squared, and then x times 2, which would equal positive 2x, and then 10 times x, which would equal positive 10x, and then 10 times 2, which would give us positive 20. And then you would then combine like terms. It would be 10 and 2x and 10x, which would give us 12x. And then you would just bring everything down. So x squared plus 12x plus 20. And as you can see, it's the same thing as in the beginning. And that means the factoring was correct.